Hey there, fellow travelers. I'm Captain Beefy with the Game Vault, and I thank you for joining me today. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and don't forget to leave a comment and a like on the video down below. Let me know what you think of it, and share us on social media. So today we're going to talk about something we really haven't touched on in this game, and it's something that I think a lot of people overlook, and that is Exocraft. And we are currently on the freighter. We'll look outside to see. Look at my whales. And there is a room that you can build called the Exocraft Summoning Station, and I highly recommend it for a couple reasons. One of them, well, one reason only, and that is any system that your freighter is in, when you're on a planet, you can summon any Exocraft. You don't need to build the summoning station there or have a base. So this is a huge help when it comes to just anything on the planet, really. If you're doing a mission for the anomaly and you got to travel a distance and you don't want to hop in your ship and hop out because maybe you're low on fuel, whatever, summon your Exocraft, zip on over there, save yourself some time. It's a no-brainer, right? You just think about it, you're like, boom! See what I did there? All right. Sorry. Oh, that laugh is horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. All right, let's get down to the planet's surface and take a look at some of these different Exocraft. All right, so we're planet side now, and we've got our freighter up there. You can see it above the clouds, which allowed us to summon most of these. A couple of them I actually didn't have the Exocraft spawning stations built yet, so I had to build them here real quick, but I'll tear them down before we go. But this is going to show you the 6 different types of Exocraft that are available. This one being the roamer, which is kind of like your normal little buggy type Exocraft. You know, it's pretty quick and pretty maneuverable. Then you've got the Nomad here. The Nomad is a hovercraft, as you can see, so it operates a little bit differently than this. So this will bounce around, this will bounce too, but you don't have to worry so much about the terrain. You're just kind of drifting over it. The Colossus here, this is a monstrosity, and it's got a large payload that you can haul a lot of stuff in. So if you're looking to gather resources with an Exocraft, this is the one you want to go around with. The Pilgrim's the motorcycle. It's great. It's fast. It's not very it doesn't hold a lot, but it's good. This is the one I like to choose when I'm doing a mission for the anomaly or something like that, and I need to get around real quick. I'll just pop this baby down, hop in there, and go. And then here's the Minotaur, which is an exosuit. This can be upgraded with a set of missions. I have yet to do them on this save, but you can upgrade it with all these Sentinel parts, making it much more powerful and giving it an AI that will allow it to like follow you around. And it says, or it implies, that it assists in combat and all that. I really haven't noticed that off the top of my head, but I'll take their word for it. Maybe I'm just not doing things right. I don't mess with it too much. And then you've got the Nautilus, which is a submersible Exocraft. Looks like a little guppy fish. Now, each of these serves serves whatever purpose you want it to serve, but I think the best ones for getting around are probably the Pilgrim, the the Nomad, and then the Roamer. Those are my 3 favorites. The Colossus I really don't use much. It's just such a big clunky monstrosity that it's, but again, if you want it for gathering of resources, then you go for it. And of course we have the Minotaur, the exosuit. Now, out of all of them, my favorite is the Nautilus, just because it allows you to maneuver around underwater and you don't have to worry about oxygen and all that. You can just cruise around, have a good time, do your exploring. You can gather up a lot of resources if you want with it, equip it with the mining beam and so forth and so on. So let's get back up here to the surface. And check out the rest of these. So we'll take the Roamer for a test drive, but we're going to wait till after this storm, so we'll be back, guys. Alright, I got the storm clearing up a little bit, and let's take a look at what is inside the Roamer. And you can rename them, whatever you want. You can also customize their look a little bit with colors and stickers and so forth on it, and we'll show you how to do that on probably the Colossus. We have the thing down here. But you've got a bunch of different technology slots that you can put in here, and you end up with 3 supercharged. 1, 2, and 3. There's no class to these. I don't know if that's something they plan on adding in the future. It seems like everything else is a class. Why not give the Exocraft a class? It'd be kind of neat if they're a C class right now and you can get them up to an S somehow. Make them more powerful. They've got decent storage in them. You know, it's not a ton, but it's still a decent amount. And this is something you can use even if you don't drive around in them. You can use them as extra storage, and they can be summoned right on down. Like, you could fill one of these with, say, building supplies, for instance, wiring looms and metal plating and all that. And when you go to do some base building, just summon it down to the planet's surface and work out of it like a tool truck. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of uses for these that people don't think of. It'll free up storage in your ships, your own personal inventory, your freighter, and all your storage units in there. So the upgrades that you've got a fusion engine. This is the basic engine, and got some things you can add to it to speed it up a little bit. It allows automatic engine recharging during the day, much like your ships can recharge their launch thrusters. Some upgrades, top speed and fuel usage right there. Then you've got an Exocraft mining laser, and some upgrades for it. You know, power, advanced, rate of fire damage, weapon power efficiency. You got a mounted cannon and reinforced magnets, so rate of fire. Also, what's nice about it is you can install these protective modules on there, which will protect you from the elements on certain planets. So if your suit doesn't have this, but your Exocraft does, well, you can use your Exocraft to protect yourself a little bit and survive a little longer on a planet's surface. Now, you also have Exocraft radar. There it is. And we'll check out how that works, but it allows you to detect things on the planet's surface, and you got a couple boosters for that. Then you got some suspension stuff, which works on your forwards and angular grips. That is basically your handling of the when you're traveling around. And then you got your booster, supercharged, and I got some boost tank augmentations for it to really make it go. So let's see how this thing drives. There's the cannon. So left stick pushes it forward. L1 gives you the boost. So this thing has a pretty decent boost on it. You'll see in the lower right hand side, the boost doesn't last very long. I do have a couple things on it to make it better than what you start with, but still, it's not much. But if you just sit there and push forward on the left stick and hold down L1, well, you can just keep boosting every time it's ready. And see how it just cycles through it? So mining lasers work just like this. Look how fast that is. It's pretty solid, right? So in that short amount of time, we got 168 pure ferrite, which isn't too bad. You can hit the triangle just like you can with your exosuit and switch to the cannon. Not particularly powerful, but not horrible either. Let's see how the Sentinel reacts. I've never really shot anything with a Sentinel around. Looks like it doesn't see us. That's kind of cool. Is it time for some science? Do we dare shoot the Sentinel? We'll leave him alone for now. So you got a mounted cannon and the Exocraft mining laser. Now here's what's cool. That laser also works as a terrain modifier. So you can do all this kind of stuff from the comfort of your vehicle. You don't even need to get out. And look how cool that is. Now it's a little clunkier than standing there, but again, you're protected. You're protected from the elements. You're not going to get attacked by creatures. If there are aggressive sentinels on the planet, I don't know if the aggressive ones will notice you or not. We'll have to do a little experiment with that and see. But, you know, just clean that out. We got ourselves 424 copper in fairly short order. Turns on a dime with all those upgrades. And what's cool about it is if you run into resources, it just destroys them. You don't get stuff for it like you do in your spaceship, you know, like if your spaceship hits an asteroid. Where is... Let's find a creature real quick. There were a bunch by the water, but it's nighttime. There might not be any out right now. But anyway, that's how the roamer works. Now, what happens if you crash your roamer? Like, you know, you're driving along and then all of a sudden you go, oh no, I'm in the water, ah! Or you go down into a pit, you know, that you can't get it out of. That happens a lot on some planets when they have those sudden caves or sudden holes in the ground that you're not aware are there. Your little vessel will drop down into it, you know, your roamer or whatever. All you got to do is push down, bring the menu back up, go to summon Exocraft, and re-summon that puppy. And there it is, and it still has all the stuff in it that it had before, so you don't lose out on that. So, pretty cool, very useful. Let's check out the next one. Alright, so let's take a look at the Nomad now. Nomad, again, is the hovercraft. And I don't have a lot of extra stuff for this, but this is everything that you could put on it, basically. You know, just from collecting the blueprints at the anomaly. You've got the same radar system on it. You've got a fusion engine once again, and the Icarus fuel system. I don't think this one has the ability to recharge during the daytime like the other ones. But charging it uses carbon, if I'm not mistaken. And you got all the suspension stuff, the 4 protection units, the Exocraft boosters. I don't have any modules to upgrade them at this time, but I'll find some eventually and throw them on there. Then, of course, you got the mining laser, mounted cannon, and the advanced mining laser. So let's take a look at how this puppy goes. Again, same thing with the pushing left and L1 for the boost. As you can see, with no bonuses on the boost, it's very weak. But yeah, we're not touching the ground here. We're just kind of hovering a little bit. Now, that won't save you all the time from holes like that, but sometimes you'll jump them, whereas another vehicle may crash into it. It really depends on the angle. As you can see there, we just went right down into it, right? And now we're really stuck. We're underground. Oh no, we're in the water. So yeah, you can just hop on out like we did with the other one. And summon it back. So let's hop back into it. Let's try out the mining laser and all. Again, we don't have all the boosts on it like we did with the other one. You got a mounted cannon and an Exocraft mining laser. Let's see, this one takes a little bit longer. Yeah, it's not horrible. But it does take a few seconds. And the cannon itself, you know, nothing amazing. But it does dole out enough damage to keep you going. Now, I'm receiving damage personally in this. I'm not... The ship itself, or the Exocraft itself, isn't getting damage, so that's cool. Where's the... Oh, look at that. We got drones investigating. So, the weapon is not horrible, but it's definitely not amazing either, you know. It's mid. But I've taken a lot of damage. Look at that. So, I gotta run. I got my butt handed to me by the Sentinels. So it doesn't protect you from, you know, getting hurt in combat like being in a ship would, you know, whereas your ship would take the damage. The Exocraft does not have a damage meter on it, so it cannot be hurt. All right, they went away. So we'll go check out the Colossus next and see what that thing's all about. Alright, so this is the Colossus. And it lives up to its name. It's so big you can't even land on top of it. You just kind of stand amongst it. But, excuse me, look how monstrous this thing is. It's huge. Definitely huge. So we'll take a look at the guts of it, just like we did with the other ones. And it's got, again, all the basics: the cannon, the laser, the suspension, the scanners, thermal protection, etc., the fuel system, fusion engine, and the Exocraft boosters. We'll check out how it handles. And as you can see, it trucks along rather slowly compared to some of the others, but that's okay, because this is not designed for speed. This is designed to haul a bunch of crap. And as you can see, we ticked off the sentinel, so we're going to get away from it. It doesn't look like he was just investigating us. He didn't get too angry, so that's good. We don't have to worry about him. But yeah, definitely not something for speeding around with, but if you really want to go out and collect a ton of resources, this is the one to do it. Oh, we caught some air. As you can see, he's got what looks to be a larger cargo area. It's all filled out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of 10, so it holds 50. Different stacks, which is nice, and then it's got the full gamut of technology slots too. I think this is the only one that has all of them available. So you got 30 and 50 for a total of 80, which is pretty solid, you know, with little work. And one of these days I'm going to go through and collect some upgrades for them and clone them out and all that, and really soup these things up to see just what they're capable of, because they're kind of cool. And I don't know about you, but I don't use them nearly enough. I should use them more. I mean, you know, it's not the end of the world, but check this out. This is one of the greatest features of it. So you have a scanner on it, right? See the Exocraft radar? If you click on it, you can scan for particular things, which is nice. This will save you some nav data and maps if you don't have them. Trade outpost, depots, drop pods, abandoned structures, ruins, and alien structures. So you can actually use this. And look at that. I detected an alien monolith. And we can be there in 7 minutes, and then we can go find a portal from that. So, pretty cool vehicle. Ah, it's afraid of the water. Yeah, it doesn't handle that well compared to the others, but still, definitely not a bad, vehicle overall. All right, we'll look at the Pilgrim next. All right, so we'll take a look at the Pilgrim now. As you can see, the Pilgrim doesn't have that great of a storage area. The cargo is pretty small. The technology's not bad, though. It's only missing 4 slots out of all of them. And again, it has 1, 2, 3 boosted slots, and that's it. So overall, it's a useful vehicle, but definitely not on par with the Colossus as far as storage and all that. It's kind of fast. It's got a decent little boost, as you can see. Woohoo, you can just zip around. It's got great handling. Look at it turning and drifting. You know, and again, we can mine resources with it. We can get stuck mining resources with it. But jump right on out of there. It's got the cannon. If we want to mess things up, we can do that. But overall, I like this one a lot. This is one of my favorites just because of the fact that it can zip around a lot. It's small, so, you know, maneuvering around things isn't that big of a deal. Now, resources, again, not a problem. You just blast right through them. But if you've got those, like, super large plants or rocks or whatever on certain planets, they will stop you dead in your tracks. And I'm pretty sure stuff like this does, too. Let's take a quick look. Okay, we missed it. There we go. See? Those aren't going anywhere. So if you've got a lot of stuff that's unmineable, undestroyable, this is definitely the vehicle to use to get around those things fairly quickly. Let's move on to the Minotaur suit next. All right, now it's time for our exosuit, the Minotaur. And this has a lot less options than other craft. Like, you've only got one type of radar array in here. You don't have all the protection and all that, but you do have this environmental control unit. So it makes the pilot impervious to all environmental hazards. So they wrap all that up into one here. Couple oddball things that we have. This one, the hard frame right arm. This is part of that mission set I was telling you about, and I'm going to dedicate a nice full comprehensive Minotaur video down the line, but you get that there. And the Minotaur AI pilot, I believe that's part of it too. That's what I was talking about with making the Minotaur follow you around. Check it out. His AI is active. That's kind of cool. So, look at that. It can rocket around. It's got a little jetpack to it. Not a ton of range on it, you know, but it's got a little bit. It doesn't have the burner like the boost burner. Oh, okay, we killed something. But yeah, you can zip into a fight, jump down, and pow, pow. Yeah, it's doing like continuous damage to him, shocking him. Oh, that's the stun cannon. That's all it's doing. And you got the laser cannon there. Laser's pretty solid. Burning right through some ferrite there. Gathering quite a bit real quick. You can see we got 72 there. We got a little bit of feline liver, some mordite, little geode. Storage on this is not bad. It's not the best of the lot, but it's definitely not the worst either. Overall, it's fun. It's a little clunky. You know, it is what it is. But definitely, probably the most unique of the different, you know, Exocraft. I'll head over here. Alright, so we got one more to look at, and then we'll be done. What I wanted to point out is you do have a scanner, but you don't have all the options as the other one. This one will do planetary outposts, distress signals, which is cool if you're hunting ships. This is just a no-brainer there. Secure facilities and resource depots. Those are the only 4 things it scans for. And of course, as with any of them, you can go into a first-person view, which I don't know. I don't like these first-person view inside of vehicles in this game. It just doesn't sit right with me. I feel like it's too restrictive, you know? And I believe there's a way to shut off the autopilot. Yeah, disable Minotaur AI. So when you're out of it, you go in there and you just shut it off. If you don't, this dude will follow you around and aggravate the living crap out of you. Well, I'm speaking from my own experience, but I'm sure it'll probably do the same to a lot of you too. Maybe not everybody. Maybe some of you like having that thing walk around behind you. But hearing it clunk around and just get in your way and all that can be a little frustrating. Alright, so the Nautilon. The Nautilon breaks the rules a little bit. One thing, you can go in the water and get around in the water, which is awesome. It again has 3 super slots. One is the Humboldt drive, and then some of the little bonuses around it. Then you got the Icarus fuel system, which allows recharging during the day. I'm not sure if that works with this or not. I'll have to kind of look at that, since we don't have a regular... I guess it would. Put it over there with it. Then it's got, of course, the laser, and then the cannon. And a high-powered sonar. So let's take this guy into the water a little bit and try out some of these features and see how it works. So there's no booster on it. You don't have the booster, you don't have the maneuverability things. It's very limited on stuff you can add on to it. There's the cannon. Just pew pew away. And the beam itself You can see it works fairly quickly. There's those annoying little jellyfish creatures. If you're in the water and you've ever been mining and you set those guys off, you know what I'm talking about. Can be frustrating. But yeah, there we go. Picked up 224 salt and 52 chlorine. If we had a bunch of oxygen, I'd be able to turn that into millions and millions of units. But the thing works absolutely fantastic in the water. It's great if you got to do those missions for the one that gets you the diving helmet. What is it? Dreams of the Deep, I believe it's called. Yeah, Dreams of the Deep. Nice to have this if you already have it. If not, I believe it's awarded in there along with some other underwater related type gifts. But yeah, that's it, man. That is the absolute last of the Exocraft. Now, if I leave this planet and I leave all these Exocraft there, it's not a problem. They will spawn in wherever I go. So any new planet I head to, if I drop them down, they'll be there. And not only that, they'll retain whatever inventory they have. So it's not like it's going to be left behind on the planet. You got to clean them out. Use them as storage things, if nothing else. And I wanted to show you a little bit about the actual summoning stations and what you can do with them. There's two major things. First off, you can summon the Exocraft if it's not around. If you lost it somewhere on the planet, whatever, you can summon it. Nope, we're still in that other one. Let's go ahead and get in this one real quick. And once you summon it, you can also do some customization to it. And like I said, that modification includes just, you know, some different color schemes for it. You can make it whatever you like. You can put some decals on it. You know, do it however you want. And when you're done, you just get on out. Now, usually those decals will go into different areas, sometimes up front, sides, back, near the engine compartment, whatever. There's several different places, and each one of these is unique in how it works. Look at that. We got some bad guys coming around. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. As always, I thank you for joining me. I'm Captain Beefy with the Game Vault. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and don't forget to leave a comment down below and a like on the video. Oh, wow, look at that. I've never seen that. They're attacking the frigate. And share us on social media. It's always appreciated. Until next time, peace.